Hey everyone, Ashley Chaney here tonight with the Red Carpet Report. We're here at LACMA, the Los Angeles County Museum of Art, for the Starz Emmy consideration event for Counterpart. So stay tuned and see which interviews we've got lined up for you. Thanks so much for talking with us tonight, and congratulations on Counterpart.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm very excited about the whole thing. Like, this is one of my favorite shows. So
can you talk to us a little bit about the process for composing a show like Counterpart?
You know, it all starts with an idea. It all starts with a concept, and Justin had a pretty clear idea as to how he wanted the score to act, to be in the show, but trying to figure out what that sound was. And it was a process at the beginning. Like, I had an idea that I thought was meaningful for the way this narrative is told, which is it's subtle, but it's heavy. Like, it's subtle but very powerful. So how do you sort of do that? So we talked about wanting voices to be in the score, and I ended up with just really having voices in the main title theme, and then ended up using cello a lot because cello is really close to the human voice. The sound of the cello is close to the human voice.
I did not know that, but now that you say that, I will always listen out for that.
Well, it lives in the same register as most human voices live, so it really does bring you right there. So it makes you feel like you're listening to someone speaking or singing. Yeah.
So that's so interesting. You think about all these different elements in terms of storytelling from a composing perspective. So for a show like this, are you inspired by, I hear espionage and I think like James Bond and all these spy thrillers, sort of what are your musical, or if that's not the right word, what are your cinematic inspirations for this show? You
know, one of the things we talked about at the beginning of the show was we never wanted to be on the nose. We never wanted to be like that show that, okay, it's a chase scene, we need chase music. And it's, there's a gun, hit the gun, make sure that you ramp up the tension. You know, it's really about tension and release, and then really playing into the emotional content of the show. And this is a very emotional show. Like, there's a lot of interaction of character, and on a different level than I had ever seen, because there are these characters that live in different worlds that are the same people but are slightly different. So
say that one more time again.
Well,
I hear it. There's a lot of
so there's a lot of that, and trying to sort of make sense of it all. My idea was make sense of it by having a through line, and that really is the heart of the narrative for me, from a musical standpoint, like wanting to sort of draw that line, even though there's this difference between the two worlds, but there still needed to be something that
separated the two, or connected to. Yeah. And to that end, a lot of the cast has been talking about the set, the location, Berlin, and how cold it is, and how cold the show feels. Do you sort of incorporate that into your score, and how do you do that?
Well, it's funny that you say that, because one of the things I wanted to inject into the show was a feeling of warmth. And because it is sort of shot in a very stoic manner, and it is a slow-moving show. And now, it's not slow in a bad way, it's just told, the whole story unfolds in a very methodical, very
German
and measured way. So how do I, instead of playing that German, you know, with pulse and resolve, I wanted to play it sort of more legato and more sort of moving around a little bit. And that, I think, draws people in.
Well, it sounds very, very interesting, and thank you so much for your time. I can't wait to listen and watch with a closer ear this time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.